Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I will say Shalom to you Akim Nakwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Even in England. Alright, or something along those lines, alright? It could change, it could not, alright? More than likely, I'll see if I can change it, but if not, hey, even in England, alright? And it pretty much sums up what we're talking about today, alright? Of course, it comes from an article that we're going to go ahead and grab, Lord willing. It's from Fox News, and it's titled, Female Teacher Fired, Forced to Apologize After Saying Good Afternoon Girls to Students. All right, so even in England, all right, because this happened in England, all right, as we can get down here, it says a teacher in the UK, all right, we can actually read the what's under the headline. It says some students reportedly held a lunch protest and even made placards emblazoned with the slogan, Trans Lives Matter. Even in England, all right? So, you see a lot of this stuff coming out of Babylon the Great, all right? A.k.a. America, all right? So-called America. But it's happening even in England, man. It's happening all over the place because all these places have drank of the wine of Babylon, okay? Now you got, children out here, and I don't know exactly how old they are. I think it was in elementary or something, wasn't it? Or middle school, maybe? Well, they're 11 years old, 11-year-olds, all right? So they're not even fully, women yet, presumably that they haven't, hit their menstruation cycle yet, all right? If they have, then they are women, but some women at that age haven't yet, and, that's young. Usually you're like 12 or 13 or 14, all right, but then, you got the fucking GMOs and weird, human growth hormones and shit and foods that fucks everything up. But, these people, and this shows you at a very young age, they're already, succumbed to the ideologies of Babylon, all right, even over in a completely different country. It's fucking ridiculous, man, all right? It's ridiculous and it's disgusting. So again, female teacher fired, forced to apologize after saying good afternoon girls to students. Report, all right, it's a report on that. And I remember when I was in school, the teacher would walk by, you'd have a little group of the girls giggling, walking by, and they'd be like, good afternoon, girls, all right, or, or for example, how you guys doing, or if a group of boys walking by, the teacher would be like, hey, how you guys doing, how you boys doing today, all right? So you can't even do that anymore, man. You can't even say, hey, you got to watch out even when you're saying, how are you guys doing? All right, for the most part, people don't care. But, I'm waiting for that to be a thing. Oh, you just said guys. It's like a figure of fucking speech, man. You guys can refer to anybody. It's a group of people, all right? But that may be the next one. We can't say you guys. We have to say you thems. How are you thems doing today? Fuck that. I won't be doing that shit. Anyway, this shit gets me heated because it's just fucking stupid. All right, it's stupid and it doesn't make any sense. All right, perfect for Babylon. Stupid and it doesn't make any sense. All right, but of course they've pushed it out elsewhere now. So it says a teacher in the UK was pressured by students. What does this do? Okay, I thought it was going to give us to another article. A teacher in the UK was pressured by students to apologize after she misgendered them, according to the Daily Mail. The students, 11-year-olds at an expensive private school in the UK, managed by the prestigious Girls' Day School Trust, were reportedly displeased after the teacher addressed them with a good afternoon girls at the beginning of a lesson. It says some of the students told the teacher that not everyone here identifies as female, with others later writing their names and pronouns on the board for the teacher's edification. You got to strike them back where they hit you, man. Here's how it goes. They're managed by the Girls' Day School Trust, all right? So they're going to what presumably what is an all-girls school, okay? So what you need to do is say, okay, you don't identify as female? Cool. You can't be in this school. I'm sorry. This school's only for females, all right? And kick them the fuck out. All right, that's how you work on that. Because guess what? They can't say you're transphobic because you're saying that they're not female, right? Hey, you gotta play them with their own fucking their own games. They don't see, people don't realize that. Well, not all of us identify as female. Cool. Well, this is a girls' school, so unfortunately you can't be here. You have to be kicked out. Sorry, we'll be talking with your parents, and they're gonna have to find a different school for you. You can't go here anymore. But my friends here, we don't care. Sorry, we only allow girls here. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, you can't do it. Play them at their own game, man. Beat them at their own goddamn game, because then if you did that, guess what? You'd also be considered transphobic. Well, that's not right. It's like, well, they just said that they don't identify as female. Unfortunately, this school's female only. You got to go. All right, that's how you play that one. All right, that's how you play that one. Fucking dumbasses. All right, and they've learned this from, and this is another reason why you shouldn't give your kids a goddamn phone and just let them run rampant with it. All right, that's me personally. That's not coming. That's not. Of course, it doesn't. There's nowhere in the Bible that says, don't give your kids a phone, because that they didn't necessarily have phones like that. All right, they had ways of communication. Of course, there's nothing new under the sun, but not like a smartphone like we have now. Okay, but that's just something, in general. All right, as a common sense goes, don't just fucking hand your kid a phone and let them go rampant with it. Okay, because they have free access to the wide web of Babylon's indoctrination system. Okay, trans this, trans that, mow this, mow that, all right, and, disgusting, like, sexuality all over the place, all right, even, nudity and pornography all over the goddamn place. Don't just hand your kid a phone and let them go rampant with it, man, and you should really, you need to do your job as a parent and parent them, all right, and do some parenting and watch over them and see what they're consuming, all right, what kind of things they're watching, what they're playing, what they're listening to, all right, to an extent. All right, to an extent. All right, and of course some brothers and sisters are going to be more lax and some are being more strict, but you just got to watch out, man. Personally, everybody has their own thing. Like, I'm not really, if I don't have kids, but if I did, if they want to watch, some horror movie, some parents are like, oh no, if they want to watch some horror movie and get the shit scared out of them, hey, that's on them. All right, as long as there's not a whole bunch of, disgusting weirdo shit in it. All right, a lot of horror movies have a lot of, sexual scenes that if they're young, they don't need to be seeing none of that. All right, or if it has a bunch of Moe stuff, they don't need to be watching that. All right, a bunch of Moe stuff or Transformer shit, they don't need to be watching that, man. All right, nobody needs to be watching that. All right, I don't even like watching that. When it comes on a show, you'll be watching a show. All right, for example, Last of Us, and I already knew there was gonna be some Moe shit in that show, because the second game, Last of Us 2, is when they started pushing all that Transformer bullshit. So I knew that, hey, more than likely this is gonna get weird at some point in time, because my wife started watching. I said, hey, more than likely they're gonna throw something in there, and then sure enough. That gay episode came on, and hey, if you've seen it, you've seen it, man. That shit was disgusting. All right, but the rest of the show was fine. It's just the whole video dedicated to it, a whole episode. It's disgusting. But anyway, I'm rambling now. But again, just look at what your kids are watching, man. And and to you brothers and sisters in the truth, because you don't want them to have some crazy be on this shit. All right, now people in the world generally, they'll be like, oh, that's fine, especially the Edomite parents, and some Jake parents too, because they're fucked up. All right, we'll be like, oh no, it's okay, they don't identify as female. Well, they're a female. All right, it doesn't matter what they identify as. I identify as a millionaire. Where's my money? All right, where's my money at? I want my $1 million. Where's it at? I identify as one, right? Does that mean I have it? Does that mean I got it in my bank account? Fuck no. And really, I don't want $1 million. I'd like to, just be comfortable. That's it. All right, no one don't need no $1 million. If I had $1 million, I'd buy a house, and that'd fucking pretty much it in Babylon the Great. After you buy a house and get the furniture, that's pretty much $1 million right there. Buy a house, get new furniture and a new car. That's it. You're out. All right, and hell, you be paying the electric bill on your own. You better work hard for the next month, because you're gonna pay that one on your own. $1 million don't go by. They don't last like it used to. But anyway, we're rambling. Says the students, 11-year-olds at an expensive private school in the UK. All right, we already read it, but managed by a prestigious Girls' Day School Trust, were reportedly displeased after the teacher addressed them with "Good afternoon, girls" at the beginning of a lesson. All right, and again, you got to be. And some of the students told the teacher that not everyone here identifies as females, with others later writing their names and pronouns on the board for teachers' edification. You got to also really watch your children, as I was saying to you, brothers and sisters, because this has become a game. All right, especially with social media. Your children shouldn't have social media. All right, it's not a good thing to have. And the big thing with social media is they teach you these pronouns. All right, everybody has it. If you go onto social media and you look up someone, some influencer, it's gonna say they, them, he, him, she, her. All right, or them, zim, or whatever the fuck. All right, so it teaches you these things. All right, and really among these circles, and I've there's a lot of children within my family or something, and they all. At least the ones that I've spoke with, all right, and I don't hang around much with my family like that, but they all know these things, all right. They're like, there's that one cousin who ain't really a cousin of mine. He's gay, all right. And there's another cousin of mine that ain't really a cousin. She's bisexual or whatever, all right, and uses she them, all right, which doesn't make any sense. Are you them or are you she? Make up your fucking mind. All right, so it's a thing that's being perpetuated amongst these children. It's this, and the schools pushing it as well, and the cartoons are pushing it. All right, we did a lesson about that, about Cartoon Network, dealing with pronouns. So this is, you got to watch out. All right, what you're letting your kids consume. But anyway, that's enough of that. Just wanted to talk about that a little bit more. But it says. And here's another one. A California mom confronts school district after 11-year-old changed genders without her knowledge. And kids are changing genders. Oh, I don't go by she anymore. I'm a he. All right. I'm not Vanessa anymore. Just call me Van. All right. And I'm a boy. All that fucking weird shit, dude. All that weird shit. Says the teacher who spoke on a condition of anonymity to Daily Mail said that the experience was humiliating and embarrassing. It wasn't humiliating and embarrassing. It was stupid and repulsive. It says some students held a lunch protest and even made placards and blazed with the slogan, "Trans Lives Matter," according to the teacher. All she said was, "Good afternoon, girls, you fucking idiots." All right, that's it. And this shows you that children can be dumb as a goddamn brick too. All right, and this is what they're consuming. They're consuming media. All right, and more than likely their parents are down with it. Because if your kid comes home saying, "Oh, I'm a they them," that is your job and duty as a parent to stop that shit. All right, say no. All right, you're not a they nor a them. All right, you're a he. All right, you're a him. All right, you're not they them. What gender is they? There's not a fucking gender they. All right, no, there's no gender. What gender are you, male or female? Oh, I'm they. No, that's not a fucking gender. There's two genders. All right, and here it is. These people always want to argue about science. Oh, well, did you know this is factually inaccurate? Did you know this is factually? But as soon as you bring out, biology, basic human biology, about gender, or about about sex. All right. About testes and about all this stuff. Then no, those are different things. Gender is different than what do they say? Gender is different than sex. The fuck are you on about, man? All right, so here you are about science most of the time, but when it comes to that, no, you throw that out. It's fucking dumb, man. It's a bunch of fucking hypocrites. All right, a bunch of retarded hypocrites. All right. Before the end of the week, I was in some sort of disciplinary process, and the head of the year was telling me I had to apologize to the girl. She said the Daily Mail. That's an unrighteous decree. All right, that you can't even call someone she anymore. That's an unrighteous decree. All right, that you can lose your job over that. That's an unrighteous decree. All right, that you can be ousted on social media because of that. That's an unrighteous decree. You can be canceled. That's an unrighteous decree. Okay, that you have to call these people. I'm not he. I'm Zim Zlam Zlim. Oh, whatever you say, man. Oh, he called me man, and not Zim Zlam Zlim Zlam. Oh, he's gonna get fired now. That's fucking stupid, man. It's stupid and it's hypocritical. All right. All right, because they'll be like, oh, you can't say that. You're transphobic. Oh, now you're mislabeling me now. Or you think I'm transphobic? How do you know I'm not they them? Play them back. If you play them back on the same thing, these people's foundational their ideology has no foundation. All right, you push it over and it crumbles, and all they come back with you is insults. Okay. Because all you'd have to do to derail them is say, oh, here you are, you calling me a cis male, which, cis means comfortable in skin, for somebody that's, normal, all right? A normal man that thinks I'm a man. I was born with a penis. I must be a man. They call them cis, comfortable in skin, all right? It's dumb, all right? Unfortunately, I had to live around some of these people, so I picked up a lot of these gay-ass terms, okay? So I know what they mean, but I fucking won't use them. I absolutely refuse. Okay, or they don't call women anymore. All right, the transformers people refer to them as biological women. All right, or and then if you refer to and then the whole thing with J.K. Rowling. All right, women who menstruate, and then she got, now she's trans exclusionary radical feminist. All right, she is a feminist, but and she's a feminist. She and not that that's right, but she supports women, not men dressing up and parading as a woman. If I put on a cop uniform, I'm not a cop. If I put on a firefighter's uniform, I'm not a firefighter. All right, I'm not. That's not how it works. All right. So if you were to put on a woman's outfit, that doesn't make you a woman. Well, what if I get the shit chopped up? No, it don't matter, right? You can chop up hot dog all you want. All right, you can chop up a hot dog all you want. You put that in a hamburger bun, that ain't a goddamn hamburger. All right, that's a hot dog in a hamburger bun. All right, same thing if you take up a fucking a hamburger and you chop it and you make it all weird and long and fry it that way and you throw it in a hot dog bun, that ain't no goddamn hot dog. That's a hamburger. That's hamburger in a hot dog bun. All right, it doesn't make it, so just because you chop off your shit, you're not a woman. All right, just because you weird stretch out your shit and roll it into a tube, all right, and try to make it look like a rod doesn't make you a man. All right, that's not how it works. Here you are, pumped with all these fucking hormones and all these chemicals, all right, and you're doing all this shit so your voice can get deeper and stuff. That's not natural. That's not how it works. All right, a woman never had to do any of that stuff. All right, and guess what? After all this, can you even give birth? No, you can't. You're not a woman. So shut the fuck up and hit kick rocks, man. It says, after apologizing to her students, the teacher said her application to remain at the school following the end of her contract period was rejected. All right, so she wasn't allowed to even, it says fired, but she wasn't allowed to, be at the school again, all because she said, "Good afternoon, girls." How fucking dumb. All right, that's that Babylon shit right there. All right, this shows you that the wine has spread. All right, and all nations have drunk of it, and we will be grabbing that scripture, Lord willing. It says, parents in schools across the U.S. have blown the whistle on school districts, teachers, and administrators for attempting to encourage their children to transition genders. And that's true. When I was in school, guess what they were trying to do? They were trying to get us all on Ritalin, okay? They were all trying to get us on Ritalin. Take this drug, take this Ritalin, all right? So, and that's how it worked, all right? That's how it worked. But guess what? Now it's not take this Ritalin. Now it's, change your gender. All right. Oh, you're not really a woman. What if you're a boy? Have you ever had a feeling? Do you like boys' toys? Have you ever liked a show that just was geared more towards boys? Then you must be a boy. No, maybe they just like those things. All right. Maybe they liked Hot Wheels. All right. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe they just liked Hot Wheels. Doesn't mean that they're a fucking boy. All right. It means they liked Hot Wheels. So what? Maybe they saw their brothers playing with Hot Wheels and they wanted to play with them too. Now, should they have more girly activities? Yes. But the Hot Wheels, that's like I don't really consider that something. If you're out there wrestling in roughhousing, that's not really for a woman to do. But a Hot Wheel, all right, that's kind of a car is a car. Women like cars, men like cars. All right, now if a boy's playing with a Barbie doll, all right, maybe nip that shit in the bud. But a girl playing with a Hot Wheel, all right, that's maybe I can't think of a really manly toy. All right, maybe a girl playing with military soldiers and lining up. That's a little weird. All right, that's kind of a little masculine at that point. But Hot Wheel. Whatever. But, these people use that to their advantage. See, you like Hot Wheels, all right, and you like that one show, all right? Oh, that means you must be a boy. No, that's a girl. She just happens to like Hot Wheel, okay? So this shows you, man, you got to even be careful where you're sending your kids because they're going to get that fucking ideology at school, too. They're going to be around other kids whose parents might have taught them that, or they might have phones, or their teachers might be teaching it in school now, all right? And I guess sex ed now is allowed to teach about male and woman, which is disgusting, all right? But, hey, you got to be careful out there, brothers and sisters. The schools are getting crazy out here, man. Personally, if I was to have kids these days, and I'm not saying you're wicked if you have your kids in public school. I'm saying, personally, me, if I was to have a kid, man, I think I'd try to just public school them. Not public school them. I'd try to private, do something private, homeschool them or online school or, hell, at least online school, I could closely monitor it more, all right, or something, I'd probably homeschool, try to, figure out, teach them because, hey, man, those schools, man, They've gotten crazy, man. They have gotten crazy. Okay, when I was in school, you were still allowed to say retard and faggot and not really get in too much trouble. All right, they were like, hey, don't do that. All right, it was getting right at the point. All right, it was at the point where you had to calm down a little bit. They started putting out those TVs because those TV ads because everyone at the time was using gay. Like, hey man, you wanna go to this stop here? It's like, nah man, that place is fucking gay. I don't want to go there. Or like if something was stupid, you'd be like, oh no, dude, that's gay. I ain't down with that. That's gay. That's gay. I'm not down with that. And it's like, oh dude, Bill canceled on us. He's not gonna be able to hang out. And you're like, oh, well, that's fucking gay, whatever, you know. So it was a saying back then. I remember right at that time, you know, they were pushing out those ads that said it's not gay, it's offensive, or whatever it would say. All right, and that's when they really started, you know, as you know, after Obama got in office and all that stuff, it really started getting there. All right, but you know, when I was in school, you wouldn't get in too much trouble. You know, you wouldn't get suspended or anything. You could say whatever, faggot. You know, you could go up to someone that was like that and be like, oh, you fucking faggot. You might get a little bit of disciplinary action, like, hey, don't do that. All right, that's not right. All right, but you know, you wouldn't get canceled or kicked out of school or anything for it. All right, that's like the worst case scenario. All right, you say, hey, you fucking faggot, you fucking queer. You said something like that, you're gonna get in trouble with the principal's office. Maybe at worst, maybe like a suspension. I doubt even a suspension. You know, that's like extreme. All right, that's not even, you know, more than likely at worst. All right, probably like in school suspension, not even out of home suspension, maybe. All right, but that's it. Now apparently, I don't even know what would happen to you now. You'd probably get canceled. You'd probably be, forced, expelled, or, whatever the hell. You'd have a whole school line up against you. That's the other thing. You said faggot then. You'd have, like, the 2 gay people at the school mad at you. You say faggot now, the whole school's gonna be up in arms. He's homophobic. These people fucking suck, man. Anyway, I'm rambling, because this shit really pisses me off. I hate this whole agenda. It's all disgusting. It's stupid, and it really irks me. All right? It says, Aurora Regino, a mother from California, says she was shocked after her daughter's school district used a parental secret policy to hide her 11-year-old daughter's gender transition process. So they don't even tell you now. All right, they can come and be, Sarah at home, and go and be, Spencer or Brock or James, all right, at school. All right, and come home and you'll never know. It's fucking ridiculous, man. All right, it says, during one of my meetings, my daughter told the counselor she wanted to tell me about her new identity, Regino said. All right, she probably wanted to do it because she had it safe there because, I'd be like, that's cool. I go home and I'd be like, yeah, you're not a fucking they, them. All right, that's dumb. All right, that's dumb. Okay, and some of you people need to, correct your kids more. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. All right, don't listen to that. That's some white people shit. Don't fucking listen to that shit. All right. They ignored her request and did nothing to support her in letting me know that what was going on at school. She told board members at a meeting in April, we're still in the same one, okay, this policy that they have in place to keep these situations secret from the family is incredibly damaging, the mother added. All right, and so that's it. It was like 2 stories in one, but this is fucking disgusting, man. What is this? Some students held a lunch protest and even made placards, according to... And they're allowing this. This looks like to be a school, and they're having a fucking one of these guys talking to... What does that little girl need to be talking to that fucking faggot for? What process? For what? For what? For what? It's fucking disgusting, man. It's disgusting, okay? And you know who's pushing it on your children? The faggots, all right? These faggots that are out here doing this shit. All right, and they might take this video down and even give me a strike for it, but whatever. It's all good. It's cool. We're going to get some scriptures, all right? First one is Isaiah 10:1, all right? Because all this stuff is, you can't, you can have this hidden from the parents, or, if they do this, you can lose your job, you're going to be canceled, all right? You're going to be fired for this. That's an unrighteous decree, man. That's an unrighteous decree, and that's pushed out by Edomites, all right? Notably, Babylon the Great and the secret council of the wicked, the Illuminati, and they push this shit out, all right, make these laws, all right? And that's wicked, man. It says, this is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, okay? Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Let's go and get it in the Good News Translation. It says, we can get this one too. It says Isaiah 10:1. It's the same scripture, but Good News Translation. I feel like it's lost a little bit. It says, you are doomed. You make unjust laws that oppress my people. Okay? You make unrighteous decrees. All right? Unrighteous. All right? What does unrighteous mean? All right? You got to break this down. Unrighteous. Not righteous, wicked. So they make wicked decrees. What is a decree? Okay.
Decree.
An official order issued by a legal authority, all right? School board, all right, the president, a senator, all right, so on and so forth, an order, an edict, a command. And who's the one that's able to give these decrees anyway? It's Edomites. All right, so woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree. Woe unto them that make, wicked laws, okay, or wicked laws, wicked orders, all right, wicked commands, wicked orders, right? And that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Make things that are harmful to you. All right, it might not be physically harmful. Some of them are, but it might be harming the people in a mental state. And these damn sure have. Okay, and woe, woe means destruction. All right, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Let's see if this gives us the right definition of woe. All right, woe. Misery, sorrow, distress, wretchedness, sadness, unhappiness, heartache, heartbreak. All right, great sorrow or distress. All right, or distress. There you go. So great sorrow and distress to those people that are making wicked laws. Okay, and that and that do harmful things and prescribe those harmful things. Right, putting it into plainer terms. So hey, and who's that? Esau, Edom. All right, they're the earth is given in the hands of the wicked. All right. Who's the earth given in the hand to? Or if it's given into the wicked, who's in rulership right now? Edomites. And who must be the wicked? The Edomites. All right. Who's the one making the laws? The Edomites. There you go, man. So let's get Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. All right. Because, they're teaching these children all these things. And no, the Bible is directly against they, thems. All right, in they, thems, and he, she's, and she, he's, all right, and cross-dressers, all right, and transformers, and non-binaries, all right, and gender fluid. All these, the Lord's against those people, all right, and all of them, all right. You can't be putting, and Mose, all right, Mose, you can't be doing none of that stuff. All right, Deuteronomy 22 and 5, all right, because these people, they're children right now, but they're to try to, some of them might let them dress like men, all right, and some might let them dress like, here's another thing that was happening when I was in school. Guess what? If you were a boy, you could not come to school wearing makeup. You would get sent to the office and they'd tell you to take it off. That has actually happened, all right? That actually happened at my school. You couldn't do it, all right? You could not do it. It happened to this guy one time, all right? He came in wearing like a bunch of face makeup or something like that, because I guess he was, gay or whatever. He wore blush and all this stuff and eyeshadow. They told him to go take it off. All right, and guess what? He complained, and guess what? Nothing happened. The school did not get sued, nothing. Now, holy shit, if you did that. Oh my gosh, the school would be, under fire like mad. It'd be in the news, not even just in local news and in world news. This school discriminated, it's ridiculous, man. But this is what the Bible says about dressing like a woman if you're a man, or dressing like a man if you're a woman. Deuteronomy 22 and 5, it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy power. So you're an abomination if you do that, all right? You're an abomination if you do that, okay? There you go, boom, bam, got it out of the way. You're an abomination. And guess what? The Lord hates abomination, okay? You're an abomination unto the Lord thy power, okay? So, there you go. What else was I going to say? Yeah, and if they're not doing it now, they damn sure would like to, dress in those clothes, all right? And it's the same thing as thinking you're a woman, thinking, man, that's confusion, all right? You're going out here and they want to wear, male, they're acting like men. Nah, the Lord's not down with that. What's the Good News Translation says? Plain and to the point. Women are not to wear men's clothing and men are not to wear women's clothing. The Lord your power hates people who do such things. There you go. Now, let's get into Ecclesiastes 15 and 13, following up with what the Lord thinks about abomination. Sirach 15 and 13. All right, just want to make sure. Sirach 15 and 13. It says, the Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Most High love it not. So if you fear the Most High, and also you love the Most High, because you have to, and if you're fearing the Most High, you love the Most High, right? If you fear the Most High, you're going to love it not. You're not going to be down with those things. You're not going to be down with those people. There's another scripture that says, how does it go? Basically justifying the wicked. Proverbs 17:15, it says, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they are both abomination to the Lord. Okay, so if you're justifying the wicked, if you're saying what they're doing is okay, guess what? You're an abomination. all right? And the people that are doing it, all right, they're an abomination. And guess what? If you're condemning the just, the people are saying, hey, that's wrong. And the brothers and the apostles and the elders, all right, the prophets, and you're saying what they're saying is wrong. You're condemning the just, all right? And guess what? You're an abomination to the Lord too. All right, right along with Bill, that's now Jill. All right, right along with Mary, that's not now Mark. All right, so on and so forth. All right, you're down with them. Guess what? You ain't down with the Lord. All right, so and we end up scrolling down. So there you go, man. There you go. Plain and simple, the woman, Deuteronomy 22:5, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy power. All right, and we know for women, for example, all right, not giving women special privilege, but we know sometimes women have to work in the society and they're required to wear khakis. There are certain situations where you have to wear jeans or pants or certain things like that. All right, you can't really help that too much. All right, but under no circumstance, under any job have I ever been to as a man, have they ever asked me to wear skirts. All right, so there's no excuse for you men. You women with jobs, that's a little bit different, because sometimes they tell you can't wear a skirt or dress, you got to wear khaki pants or so on and so forth. We get that. All right, so don't trip on that. Okay, don't trip on that. But biblically, we wouldn't be doing those things. Biblically, we wouldn't be doing those things. Okay, let's get 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. And now they got they're bringing in mows and cross dressers into the classroom and shit. I guess that's fucking weird, man. It would have never flew when I was growing up. You would have had angry parents, all right. And nowadays, if someone was a mow and something had that, you'd have a bunch of angry parents. Back in the day, if there was so nowadays, if someone's a mow and they get discriminated against, the parents will be up in arms. Oh, they were discriminated against. Back in my day, all right, and hit you with the back in my day, all right. If there was some mow shit going on in the classroom, the parents would have said, hey, I don't want my kids around that. That's disgusting. I'm not with it. But everything's changed now. How did the minds of so many people change in only a short span of time? All right, indoctrination. You can't say that anymore. You must submit. You must bow before your overlords. You must understand and accept this. All right, you must agree. All right, well, I don't really like mows. You must do this or you will be fired. All right, that's what everything has happened now. So I guess it's okay. I guess everything's fine now. A lot of people change their mind. All right, a lot of people change their mind. You can't do anything anymore, man. I remember, I remember when the stuff started going down, and sorry for all the loud noises in the back. I remember when I said back when I was in school, things started changing. I remember there used to be a football game we used to play, and some of you brothers instantly already know where I'm going to. There used to be a football game we called football. It's not a video game, but out on the field we called it Smear the Queer. All right, and what you would do is you'd chuck the ball. There'd be one person who was the queer. All right, and you chuck the ball, and they'd have to grab it, and they'd have to run to wherever you set up the touchdown line or wherever. All right, and you'd have 5 dudes, all right, running after them, trying to tackle them. All right, because it was called Smear the Queer. A bunch of dudes jumping on a queer and beating the shit out of them. A bunch of dudes beating the shit out of a they them. There wasn't no they thems back then, but and that's what it was. So the whole goal was like that. All right, you'd have one person, they'd have to run, and they'd have to try to run as fast as they can, or you're gonna have a bunch of people crush you, so to speak. All right. I remember we were playing at Smear the Queer, or we were talking about Smear the Queer, and I remember one of the teachers told us you can't call it Smear the Queer anymore. All right, you got to call it it was called Blazing Bowl or something like that, or something dumb. It didn't make any sense. All right, no, we still called it Smear the Queer. We were like, fuck, what the fuck? We ain't calling it that. It's always been Smear the Queer. My dad was in school, it was Smear the Queer. When his dad was in school, it was Smear the Queer. We're not gonna fucking call it Blazing Bowl. No, it's always been Smear the Queer. All right, fuck off with your fucking wokeness. All right, so 1 Corinthians 14 and 33, and that's all. This is all confusion. All right, this is all confusion. Women being like men, men being like women. All right, tall people saying they're small, small people telling they're tall. White people saying I identify as black, black people saying I identify as white. This is all weird bunch of confusion. All right, only in Babylon, all right, could all this stuff come out from, and that's where it's come out from. It's just the wine's been spilled into other territories. All right. So 1 Corinthians 14:33, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, and the word Babel itself means confusion. If you look up the word Babel, all right, if we get it, Babel, or Babel, it says Babel, but Babel, clamor, it says a confused noise made by a number of voices, all right, a scene of noisy confusion, all right. There you go. Scene or noise of confusion. It's a scene of confusion, man. A confusion. Babylon is a scene of confusion. Okay? So, and what does the Lord think about confusion? Verse 33, 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Okay? There you go. He's not the author of confusion, all right, but the author of peace. But hey, man, this place is mighty confused, and a lot of nations are confused as well because of Babylon. Let's get Revelation 18:3. And we actually still in, okay. Revelation 18:3. All right, so here it is. Revelation 18:3 says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, and this is speaking of the great whore, well, Babylon the Great, you know. All right, and all nations have drunk of the wine. All right, that's why you got that Mo stuff over there. All right, you legalize gay marriage here, all of a sudden it pops up in another country. You do something here, all of a sudden it pops up in another country. You legalize marijuana here, all of a sudden it pops up in another country. So on and so forth. Why? Because all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That's why the all these business leaders come here and they get rich in Babylon the Great. All right, and then in verse 1, all right, and verse 5, verse 1 and 4. All right, it talks about what's going to happen to Babylon the Great. In verse 4, it tells you, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. All right, and that doesn't mean leave Babylon. That means come out of the mindset of Babylon. All right, because it's going to destroy you if you stay there. All right, and hey, we got a couple more scriptures, and we're going to close out. Because hey, man, this is, let's get 3 in the Good News Translation. It says, for all nations have drunk her wine, the strong wine of her immoral lust. The kings of the earth practiced sexual immorality with her, and the merchants of the world grew rich from her unrestrained lust. And really, you got to have the ability to understand what that scripture is talking about, or you really won't get it. But all this is going down. All right, and let's see if I can find it on the internets. All right, Roman transgender. Because guess what? We're in Rome again. All right, and guess what? All this transgender shit was going down in Rome too. All right. Roman Empire, Elagabalus preferred to be called lady rather than lord, and sought sex reassignment surgery, and in the modern day has been seen as a trans figure. They idolize him, all right, as a transgender figure. All right, you're a trans figure. All right, you know what trans figure means? Fucking something completely different. You're saying he's a trans figure. You know what transfigure means? All right, transfiguration.
Transfiguration
Says a complete change or form or appearance into a more beautiful or spiritual state. All right, and here you are. He's a trans figure. I know they have it set up into 2 different things, but when you say transfigure, all right, these people are dumb. All right, they've been seen as a trans figure, and all this. They, did Romans have a third gender? And all these people love Rome. Why? Because they're Romans. The Romans were Edomites. All right, they're Edomites. They had slaves. All right, Hebrew slaves and Hebrew servants. All right, and they liked being. They were there. A lot of them were homosexuals. All right, they thems. All right, and being transgender. All right, of course, these people love the Romans. They're them. All right, they're them. But, you know, according to Roman, a male was only fully adult at the age of 25. So all these dumb laws, you know, all these dumb things, all right? But it says childhood in ancient Rome. It says over here that when did a Roman boy become a man? The age of marriage for girls could be as young as 12 and for boys as young as 14. Because back then, you know, by the age they reached puberty, boys went on a ritual transition them into manhood, and that's the whole reason for puberty. By the way, all right, as a boy, your seed actually starts. It's not blanks anymore. And as a woman, you start to bleed, and you're able to be pregnant. Why else would you be able to get pregnant if you were not meant to be able to get pregnant? Doesn't make sense. Why else would you be able to have pass seed down and semen if you're not meant to get people pregnant yet? Doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? Doesn't make any sense. So they're down with some Roman things. Some Roman thing, well, you're not fully a man until 22. But you know, here in Babylon, you're not fully a man, and you know, you're not fully an adult, all right, until like 21. All right, so they have those things, but you know, it's, you know, Rome, man, confused people. It says 1915 was the first transition to female to male. All right, Michael Dillon. All right. So how many genders did Rome have? There, it said, had a binary sense of gender. There were men and women. All right. And anyone who fell in between those categories was likely to be killed as a child if they were displaying signs of both sexes. All right. So if you know, like a hermaphrodite, as they call them, or you know, and you know, they say that, oh, they might have put him to death. Rome was down with that stuff. All right, they'd probably be some weird, you know, sex symbol. All right, they'd probably be lining up to have orgies with that person. They got both a penis and a vagina. We should have orgies with them. Now that's what Rome would do. All right, Rome was bent on orgies. You know, and there was a lot of, you know, conveniently forgot to tell us about the transgender Roman emperor. All right, so you know, there you go. That was a big thing in Rome. All right, and really it was cross dressers too. All right, let's get that Roman cross dressers. Start with Caligula Sambo. There's a long list. All right, but look at this shit. There you go. That's Babylon for you. All right, you know, not Babylon, but like stuff that happens in Babylon too. All right, so it's all those ideologies put together. All right, it's the Romans, you know, so, you know, and this shows you that we're in the end days, too. Let's get 2 Timothy 3:1. All right, and it says, check it out. It says, 2 Timothy 2 and, Slakia, it's actually 2 Timothy 3:1, Slakia. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. That's one we want to go for. Mose, right? Without natural affection. You know, unnatural affection, being a homosexual. It says truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those who are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. All right, and our people have done it too. All right, our people are being they thems. You know, you see it all the time. It's fucking disgusting. Doesn't fit on you, Jake. Doesn't fit on anyone. All right, but Jake really like, goddamn, you're too masculine, Jake. You know, Edomite men are more feminine. All right, so you see an Edomite man, all right, or an Asian, and they can fucking, you know, goddamn, you'd barely even be able to tell. You'd barely be able to tell, man. All right, but you know, if you look up, like, check it out. Look up a black trans woman. So, that's a man, by the way. When it says trans woman, you got to realize it's referring to them as a woman. So trans woman means that they're actually a man. If it says trans man, they're actually a woman. That one actually, you know, close. A lot of time they end up looking like that, though. All right, but if you look at like Asians or heathens, like you look at Nikita Dragon. You gotta be careful, man. That's what he used to look like. All right, but you'd be, hey man, you get fucked up. You get fucked up, and they got the boobs and everything. So just watch out, you brothers and sisters. Watch out. All right, the woman you might get with, be talking to might be a man, and the man you might be talking to might be a woman. Just fucking watch out, man. It's crazy. Anyway, we're gonna get a second Esdras. 15 and 5. It says, where are we going through? 5 through 8. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring, and this is what's going to happen, because this place got to go, man. And the whole, the Moes in England or wherever, you're not safe either, man. You're not safe. Just because you're not in Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is the main place where all this terrible stuff's going to go down. There's still terrible stuff going around all over, man. You're not safe. 2nd Esdras 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. All right, and hey, you got the brothers and sisters crying out right now, all right, against this place, all right, the whole world, it's disgusting, all right, with all these, hey, man, this place fucking sucks, all right, like I always say, we got, this truth right now, all right, that we're involved with, all right, as far as entertainment goes, we got video games and stuff, but other than that, this place sucks, we hate everything about it, man. Sure, we might like some of the video games and movies and stuff, and some of the music, of course, that's natural, we're gonna like some of the music and stuff, but guess what? All these laws and all this stuff and all this political stuff and the ideologies and thought processes, we hate all that shit, man. We hate all that shit. It's disgusting, man. Oh, it's okay to kill your baby. It's okay to be a man that looks like a woman. It's okay to be a woman. No, we're not down with any of that, man. And it's gone all across the whole world, man. So right now you can see it's even in England, all right? And we don't know if we're going to change this. Let's see, it's no. Let's see, what do I want to name this as? Let's see. Babylonian wine. There we go. Babylonian wine, the world's favorite cocktail of confusion. All right. I know wine's not really a cocktail much per se, but there you go, man. So Babylonian wine, the world's favorite cocktail of confusion. All right. Tawadi Halbash me, I'll shy for that because I don't know how I came up with that so quick. But hey, other than through everything's through the Most High. So hey, man, the Most High is gonna come back and destroy this place. All right, all you Moes and those other places are gonna get messed up as well. All right, hey, that's that, man. That's that. All right, this place has got to go. This place is disgusting. All right, and it's going on in England now. All right, so hey, man, we got to get the hell out of here. This place is gross. All right, these new brothers in other places as well. I'm sure you want out of there as well. We got to get out of everywhere. All right, Africa and America and not Babylon, Babylon, aka America. England. All right, India. Because we're scattered all abroad. All right, there's Israelites in Africa and India and all these other places in England and Jamaica and all. We got it wherever we're at. We just got to get the hell out of all these places, man. All right, we got to get to the kingdom. That's what we're hoping for. All right, and that's what we're waiting for. All right, we're not hoping for it because we will get to the kingdom. Lord willing, we get there as part of the elect. All right, because hey, man, this place, this whole world, disgusting. All right, it's exceedingly polluted. Right, so hey, man. Expect things to get a lot weirder and grosser as we go on. Who knows? You don't even know. The Babylon's always got some weird thing up its sleeves. But hey, we're going to keep on reading this Bible, Lord willing, and we're going to keep on coming against them and prophesying against what they say is right. And we're going to let them know it's wrong. All right? So with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.